Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? I'm testing out the vertical stream and this mic right now for vertical streaming. Is it better? Is that better? How does it sound? How's everyone doing tonight on this Friday? What are you guys playing? What are you guys doing? What are you up to? Any news on the Elite 3 controller? Not yet right now. We will be getting an Elite 3 controller. Do we have news on it right now? No, I don't think so. How's that? Does that look better? State of Decay 2. Oh, you're playing State of Decay 2. Nice. Nice. Sandwich. Basically only do YouTube. I don't have time to stream these days. But I'd love to stream more at some point. I will eventually. It's just hard. It's hard at night. It's just unpredictable when I have time to jump on. I'm trying this vertical stream thing here that just using my phone and this mic. Any news on Xbox is dead? You probably should go to Dreamcast Guy's channel if you want news about Xbox being dead, because he seems to think they die on a weekly basis. Well, recently it's been on a daily basis. So I don't think Xbox is close to being dead. I'll tell you that much. Or Reforge, yeah, or Reforge, sure. I mean, the last week, it's been an interesting couple of years. Xbox has done some shitty things. Like let's be honest, they aren't perfect, and no company is perfect. But every time there's negative Xbox news, you can just tell that like some of the outrage is just purely fabricated because it generates so much clicks and attention. Like even oh no, is he waking up? Even the recent layoffs, like if you just been paying attention at all throughout the gaming industry, this has been happening for like 2+ years, and there's literally charts showing the uptick in layoffs since 2020. I think 2022 it is. That's when you really started seeing it comparatively to before that, where there were not that many layoffs. There were layoffs, but there weren't that many. So, and it's just not shocking. Even like Virtuos the other day laid off like 200 people or something, or whatever number it was, and they have one of the best-selling games with Oblivion remake. So it's just unpredictable. It's just the industry now. It's the economy, and it's not just gaming. Like it's obviously not just gaming. I'm sure people in the chat have been laid off. Everyone, it's the state of the world basically. What is this like number one, number two? I didn't even know this was a thing on streaming. Is this new to YouTube? Are you guys my fans? What's my number one fan? I got a bunch of number one fans here. Oh, so you got XP now on streaming here on YouTube? Holy. Is this a mixer? Wasn't this like a mixer thing? So I'm reading the chat on my screen and have my phone up here. But this is cool. I like this like vertical stream. It's just like easier to jump on and not have to set anything up if I am gonna stream. Do I watch? Oh no, it's Alex. I've watched some of his stuff. Yeah, no, I don't watch him like all the time, but yeah, he makes some great content, some funny stuff too, and he's informative as well. PlayStation new is always raised to gods, like it was a beautiful decision or move, but when Xbox has, I mean, there's layoffs everywhere. PlayStation's had layoffs this year. I just think like a lot of the outrage is fabricated because you don't see people caring about layoffs in other places as much. Also, you don't see people caring about layoffs in other parts of Microsoft because there was 9,000 people, but it was across the entire company. It wasn't just Microsoft. It's like there's just nonstop layoffs. It's just very easy to pretend like you're outraged. The only people that are actually hurt by this are the people that lose their jobs. Like that's the sad part. People who lose their jobs is it's tough because you have to try to, if it's you're providing for your family and stuff, right? It's hard to try to get out there and try to find something else to replace it. Especially right now with it's been gaming and tech, like it's harder to find jobs these days with all the cutbacks that are happening. Let's see. I realize okay, the chat's on the screen. I can just look at the screen. Do I think PlayStation is going to make a PC hybrid? I I think PlayStation is going to be more like a Nintendo Switch. I think that's what they're going to go more for. I don't think like like PlayStation it considers them. I look at PlayStation. They try to be more like Apple. They close off their ecosystem. They put this like artificial um like luxury on them having their closed ecosystem. So I don't think so. I think they're gonna have a handheld, but it's gonna be more like their own custom OS and be more like the Switch. When am I gonna make this hat available for purchase? That's reminding me. Yeah, I can. I'll try to do that. I don't know how much it'll be. I have to go to those websites that handle the merch. It'll probably be the same as pretty much any other content creators. Do you think PlayStation will block Steam? No, I think that's like absolutely will never happen. I think that one makes no sense for PlayStation to do because why would they just like say, "Hey, we're going to not make money on Steam anymore" when their games sell decently on Steam? Why would they just be like, "Oh, we're not going to make money on Steam anymore"? Because I think the only way PlayStation can block games on an Xbox handheld is to take their games off Steam. I don't think that they're going to be able to be like, um, go to Steam or Valve and be like, yeah, we want to block specific Xbox gamers, specific Xbox products. I don't even know how they would even know that someone's using an Xbox handheld if it's running Windows. So I guess they would block the custom Xbox OS. That'd be the only way. But yeah, no, I don't think that's going to happen. It doesn't make any sense for anyone. I don't even think PlayStation would even want to do that. Why would they care if an Xbox gamer bought their game? They just want to make money. Why in the world would they care? If PlayStation fanboys bought games, Sony wouldn't have to port games. PlayStation guys are buying Xbox games. I bought a new game. I gotta start it. Not an Xbox or a PlayStation game. I gotta get into this. $18. I got this for $18 because I had some. Honestly, I traded in my PS. I traded in PS5 games that I hadn't touched in forever, and got this for $18. Oh, nice. It's good, Brandon. Yeah, I gotta. I just picked it up today, so I haven't started it yet, but I'll be jumping into it either very late tonight or tomorrow. All right. My phone, the child on my phone is just so tiny. It's hard to like. Um, how many Helldivers have been ready to migrate to Xbox? It's just good for that game coming to Xbox for sure. Just opening it up and having more people play it. What do I think the next game PlayStation ports to Xbox? Everyone is saying Spider Man. It's hard. I mean, I feel like right now it is going to be like I think all the multiplayer PlayStation games are going to be on Xbox, and their games as a service, the ones that they haven't canceled, will eventually be on Xbox. But I don't know if they'll ever bring like a single player experience. Like I don't know if they'll bring like one of their big hitters, unless they just. I don't see. It's hard because they're. I don't think they're at that point yet where they want to do that. Unless you do think about it, if it's costing them like multiple hundreds of millions, and it's hard. Their profit margins on some of those games aren't big enough. Then maybe they think, okay, can we get like a couple million of sales from Xbox players? Then maybe they consider it there. Like if Spider-Man drops on Xbox, they'll sell probably a couple million. I think they'll sell a couple million, no problem, if it drops on Xbox. Just from the name itself. Like Spider-Man itself sells itself. But Spider-Man has that chance because they are Disney, and Disney may just be like, we want more money from this game. Like look at what Xbox is doing. Look what these other companies are doing, putting their games in more places. This is easy money to port it over to Xbox, because I feel like porting games from PlayStation to Xbox is very low cost and probably not very hard. Because if you look at the internals of the PS5 and the Series X, it's like they're basically the same. Slight differences, but they're both the exact same. They're both AMD, both the exact same architecture. So it can't be hard. It can't be very long or hard to do. Port the Uncharted collection. Maybe. I could see Silent Hill 2 coming onto Xbox. I feel like that could be a timed exclusive either way. You buying OEM PC or Microsoft when they're both announced? Next generation, I'll be buying whatever first party device Xbox does put out, because I feel like that's going to be a very high end device, and you're going to probably have some of the better experiences on console. Like I think Xbox is going to go all out with their next console in terms of power, but it'll be expensive. I think next generation is starting at $700 minimum. I don't see a console coming in at a lower price than that. And Xbox, I think, are only going to make one console for themselves. And then if people want to get into next gen, like with an Xbox Series S style of SKU, it's going to be from a third party manufacturer. So everyone will still be able to get in. It just won't be like a first party branded Xbox. Yeah, it could be 1,000. I don't know. 1,000, it's like there's just that mental thing. Like 700, you're looking at that price. It's expensive, but it's still like it still screams like luxury for a lot of people. 1,000 may just be even. It may just be too far, just from like a marketing perspective. But we'll see. It'll be interesting to see. I just think the 700 is the lowest. It's the baseline. Microsoft won't make the next console more expensive than PS6. Probably not. They'll probably come in at the same price. But I just think that because of Xbox's strategy with like partnering with Asus and whoever else they'll partner with, they have more flex on what they do with their own box. Because if they're not going to take losses on their own box anymore, they can literally just look to sell. Well, they'll know they're going to sell less because it'll be more expensive, but they'll be okay with that. It'll just be another gateway for people who want to get in to the platform. They should make cheaper hardware and go really hard on AI and upscaling like Nintendo is doing. The Switch too, although it is like super underpowered, playing Cyberpunk on there. So when I was checking it on the Switch too, like I was pretty impressed what they were able to get out of handle. But I think that is because of like the AI upscaling, like you're saying, and having an NVIDIA chip in there. Dirt, welcome, man. Welcome to chat. Thanks for stopping by. with the $10 super chat saying, "What's up, Plume? Spider-Man to Xbox is definitely a possibility because of Disney, but their other single player games probably not for now. PS Live service games could definitely go to Xbox on day one." Yeah, that's what I think for sure about their live service and their multiplayer. I think those could absolutely and will absolutely go to Xbox. Spider-Man, the Disney factor goes in there because Disney could look at Spider-Man and just be like, yeah, like you have to compile an Xbox version. That's not going to be expensive. Put it on there, sell a couple million copies, and it's just easy money for them. So I don't know why they wouldn't do it, other than brand stuff that PlayStation pushes back on. I think we're past that point though, to be honest. I think the industry's at a point where they look at like exclusives and they know that exclusives don't on Xbox and PlayStation, like specifically, they know that exclusives aren't the top selling games that get people to go out and buy consoles. Like you can just look at attachment rates of these games when they do release, and they see people are playing Fortnites and Call of Duties and multiplayer games as the top selling games. So is it really worth in their minds to keep like brand loyalists not outraged? Like on like the people that are outraging on social media about games going to other consoles are really worth it? Are they going to be losing a lot of money if like let's say they lose some of those customers comparatively to what they're going to make from all of the other people purchasing their games just from the business perspective? Absolutely not. They don't actually care about the fanboys who are going to get angry at games going to another platform. When they look at the numbers, it just doesn't make sense. If AI frame generation, upscaling AI storage management, and this new tech from NVIDIA is supposed to save the RAM, yeah, we will see. Too bad. Well, we know both PlayStation and Xbox are going with AMD, so we'll see. AMD has some good upscaling too. It's obviously not as good, but it's improving. Next gen is 2027. I think. Well, people are thinking that Xbox is going to be releasing their next gen in 2026, which I don't know. For the at-home console, I don't know if that's coming out next year. It kind of seems too soon. It kind of seems too. But if they want to get like that year head start on PlayStation, which PlayStation may not even release a PS6 until 20. Like I don't know what rush PlayStation would be in to release a PS6 at this point. They just released the PS5 Pro. Their console is still selling relatively well. They're not releasing any games themselves, so like you release a PS6, I still don't know what rush though they would be in. I could see PS6 coming out in 2028, to be honest. Yeah, they're still reporting sales for the PS4. Like the amount of people that are still playing on PS4, and if the PS6 comes out at like $700-800, like I don't think when you're releasing the next generation, you're not. PS5 Pro is clearly that console was in the works for a while. I wouldn't be shocked if PlayStation, if they could have, or if they rethought the PS5 Pro, if they would have just not made it, because it takes a long time to develop these consoles, get them ready, push them out, all that stuff, right? So they had planned a PS5 Pro before the launch of the PS5. Like that was obviously in their works. And what they didn't plan though was canceling all of these games right now and having like one game release a year and for the last few years. So I don't know. I don't see what the push for a PS6 would be at this point. People are still playing on PS4. They're still reporting PS2 sales to try to beat out the Nintendo Switch. But the thing with PS4 is like or even the Xbox One. It's the load times. I could never go back to those load times. It's not just about like the graphics and the frame rates. It's like the load times. Going back, you pop in a game and just sitting there waiting like 2 minutes for a game to load, comparatively to what we get now. That to me, what that honestly is the biggest jump from generation to generation is load times. Like the graphics got better, frame rates got better, but we're at that point where it's like generation to generation in consoles, the graphics get better, but is it like you're not blown away? I haven't been blown away. Some games, like there's specific games like Hellblade 2 blew me away. Um, Even Assassin's Creed Shadows is insanely good looking. Like that looks like a real next gen game. But like overall, it's not like when you were going from like the Xbox to the 360, where that was just, and to me that was a huge jump. Quick resume as well. That's another huge thing this gen. You can download it and go like big picture mode for your PC as well. That's just going to be a game changer. It's going to be like with Steam's big picture mode, but I feel like the Xbox One could take off pretty good. But quick resume on PC, you can download that Xbox OS, install it on anything, get like a mini PC or something. I don't know, or like just like dedicated PC, get the Xbox OS on there, have quick resume, have all the features, have your entire catalog from console to PC in one place. You connect that to your TV and you can just keep upgrading it. Like that sounds great. That sounds great to me. I don't know. That sounds like a pretty good future going forward for the console space. So you realize the problem, the price point is increasing into the gaming PC realm, but for people that don't want to mess with settings, it's console gaming, something as to give industry go crash. Yeah. Well, I think like the point of what they're putting out, like that custom OS that they're making for, we'll see it soon with the Asus Xbox ROG Ally. Like I think the point of that is to appeal to people who don't want to tinker with the settings when they're jumping into games. Like you can, but the game will automatically just play at its optimized settings for that device that's using that operating system. I think that's like a big point. It obviously, I don't know if it probably won't be perfect when it drops, but you can take that OS and then you put it onto multiple different PCs and you have a console. And you don't have to pay $700-800 if you don't want to. You could probably buy like a $400 PC, put the operating system on it, and then boom, you have a console. Plug it to your TV. You don't have to get a big desktop either. You can get like a small little box that's powerful enough to play your games. Have the Xbox operating system on it, and then again, you have a console experience. There's just so much more choice with this. You're not locked in, which is always one of the selling factors for me, which is what I like. You love your menus. PS6 will be cross generation. Imagine the PS6 was cross gen 3 generations. That would be insane. If you guys like remember the PS2, PS2 lasted like super long. I think like the last PS2 game release was in 2014. So the PS2 lasted what 14 years? Came out in 2000? Yeah. 2013 is when I guess they officially discontinued production in Japan in 20. It lasted 12 years, but the console had a production run of approximately 13 years. So we're like pushing that. I could see that. PS4 came out in what, 2013? So we're getting there. Yeah. The number one titles all on PlayStation are all Xbox, Microsoft games. Yeah. Because like the majority of people don't care. They just want to play games. He said in the PlayStation Business Update the PS6 will be cross-gen. Yeah, I mean that's not shocking, but like it'll be cross-gen with PS5. I would be crazy if it was cross-gen with if there's a game that came out on PS4 and then came out on PS5 and PS6. But taking away so I'm gonna talk about it in my video tomorrow. I mean taking away the movies and TV show doesn't affect me, or app doesn't affect me at all. Like I don't think I ever used it. Do people care about that? Do people really care about that? I don't care because I don't use it, but I'm sure some people enjoy it. I feel like that's like the last nail in the coffin to the Xbox One, where they were trying to make the Xbox One the TV, like the everything console. Well, now it's strictly gaming. But I literally never used it. I don't know if I ever made a purchase or if I have anything in that app other than maybe something that was like given for free, like when you bought it came with like a promotional code or something. I don't think I've ever made a single purchase through the TV and the movies app on Xbox or even on Windows. Like it is weird how they just did it though out of nowhere. Like there was no warning to anybody. They just cut it off. At least you still get to watch them and keep them in your library. But it is the odd part to me is like doing it out of nowhere. You rented two movies on Xbox? How much did it cost to rent a movie on Xbox? And how long can you watch that for? Yeah, they should have warned people. I agree. That's one thing they should have warned people. But it's just kind of abrupt. So I feel like there's like a lot of licensing stuff that played into that. So they just had to cut it. Like they couldn't have certain IPs on the store anymore, and they don't want to pay. They probably had like you have if you keep this up for one more day or something, you have to pay this amount of money. So there's okay, just cut it. But yeah, they definitely should have warned people. I agree. I guess the difference though is you actually own the stuff that you bought off of the Xbox One. It's not just streaming. But it's like I don't couldn't care less to own digital movies. I think the next Xbox will be the last. I think it'll be the last Microsoft made one, but I think there will still be Xboxes like going forward from other manufacturers for a decent amount of time until they people just completely stop buying them. The future AI is compute power locally on your hardware, not in the cloud. But will there even be like a PlayStation beyond next generation? Hey, Michael, I appreciate that. Appreciate it. What's up, big money? How's everyone doing tonight? Just started to randomly jump onto this vertical streaming, testing out this mic. It's a mod mic, which I'll have to do a video on. How's it sound? These guys sent two mod mics over for me to check out, so I'm trying them out here. I'll do a video on it as well. Xbox Prime, is that the name of the next console? They should honestly just call the next Xbox. There shouldn't be any more names. It should just be Xbox. Like no more sub name, just Xbox. I don't need it like a Xbox One or a Series. Just Xbox. Like whatever you buy that has the Xbox operating system, it's Xbox, right? Like who cares? But I guess they'll want to like differentiate. Like, well, no, if they only release one Xbox, it's just Xbox. Like when you go and buy a third-party controller that has certified by Xbox, people aren't asking like, is this the Xbox 3 or 2 control? Like I don't know. It's just an Xbox controller now. Hey, what's up, Alex? Cheers from Norway. How do I think the I think the indie DLC will be great, just like the game. What's the most popular game on the Xbox Summer Sale that's worth it? Hmm. I'll check it out. I'll check out what some of them are. There are a lot of good games on the Xbox Summer Sale. Alan Wake 2 is $24. What else we got here? Clay Obscure Expedition is $45, but it's on Game Pass. And if I'm buying that game, I'm buying a physical version of it just to have in my collection. Oh, Final Fantasy 16 is $35? Damn, okay. Probably buy that now. Hmm. Mortal Kombat 1 is $16. I liked Mortal Kombat 1. I think it's a good one. Yeah, I'll check out Wu Chang. I'll check. I don't know if I'll beat it, but I'll definitely check it out and play it. It looks cool. I just don't know if I'll be good enough. You know, I'll probably be good enough. But there's so many games to play. Cyberpunk is $20. Yeah, there's some good deals here. Yeah, it is a great price on Final Fantasy 16. I'm probably gonna buy it. Play Anywhere is like for me it's something I look at every time. Or at least having like the stream your own game on there because I've been using this a lot recently just because it's been easier for me at times just to sit back and plug my phone in and play when I've had like an hour or something. And this controller here is great, the Absolute S9 mobile controller. I haven't watched the Mortal Kombat 2 trailer yet. No. You think Sony's juicing their numbers? I don't think so. Here's the thing. Like we saw this conversation pop up, and I think it's absurd. But we saw this conversation pop up, the whole Game Pass, sustainable profitability, stupid stuff, and Chris String with his stupid tweets on it. That I mean, you didn't need to reach out to sources to realize that they're not going to put the entire costs of first party games on Game Pass. I mean, to me, that's just like you don't need to be an accountant. You just kind of have to be somewhat logical to realize that at all. But the fact that like he had to put that tweet out and then like, oh, I had to reach out to sources to tell me that they don't put all of their costs of games on Game Pass. Mind boggling that like these are the people writing about this stuff. But that's besides the point. The people were getting into conspiracy theories saying like Xbox lied about Game Pass being profitable and sustainable. It's like, you're telling me that Microsoft, a $4 trillion company, is going to commit like security fraud because they want people to believe Game Pass is profitable? It doesn't make any sense. It just makes no sense. Like it's a corporation. They can't be lying to their shareholders and say like, yeah, Game Pass is profitable, and then it just be like just terrible and losing all this money and like it doesn't work like that. Because like if they got in trouble, they got caught like lying about their numbers about Game Pass and lying about it being profitable, they would literally be committing fraud. And it's a $4 trillion company. Like they're not. Why would they risk? Why would they risk their company on Game Pass? It doesn't make any sense. It just makes no sense. There's no logic in that, in my opinion. Like it to me, it's just like online people just want to like cause like outrage or talk about stuff, and it's maybe I'm just like a black and white type of guy when I think about stuff, but it's just like to me it makes zero sense for them to lie about Game Pass. And they wouldn't. They wouldn't commit fraud. Maybe they have some magical accounting things that make it profitable, but their books in the books Game Pass is profitable, it's sustainable. They wouldn't be lying about it if it wasn't. Yeah. There's shareholders and stakeholders. Everyone would there would be this would be like a huge like I think if they were this would be like a huge this would be a big deal. This wouldn't just be like, oh, Chris String's gonna figure out if Game Pass is profitable or not. Oh, well let's write some like game journalist articles about this. That's not that's not what would happen if they were lying about this stuff. It would be far bigger than that. Okay, well I gotta get off because my kid just woke up, so I have to go take care of. Oh, is he settling? Oh, maybe not. This is why streaming for me is difficult because I have kids and a baby who wakes up in the middle of the night. So it's like sometimes I don't know how much time I have. But yeah, I gotta get off because he's up. But this was fun. This vertical mode. I'll probably just jump on randomly again at times. So keep your eyes out for that. If you guys enjoy just chatting and hanging out, talking about games, I enjoy talking about them. So I will catch you guys later. Appreciate it. And I gotta go take care of the kid. See ya.